Welcome to Cooking with Color for Kids, the cooking show that teaches you and your kids how to make healthy meals with colorful fresh fruits and vegetables. On today's show, we have 4 kids from 8 to 18 who have created fabulous dishes everyone can make at home. But first, let's meet our host Kristen Hess, the Artful Gourmet.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen. Let's meet the 4 amazing young chefs who are joining us on today's show. They've prepared their own colorful and healthy recipes that they're going to share with us today. Joining us today are Huguette, German, Samantha, and Xiomara. Young scholars, athletes, and parents know that eating a healthy lunch is critical to making the grade and playing the game, but it can be hard to create something delicious and nutritious every day. To inspire families around the country to eat well, First Lady Michelle Obama, the USDA, U.S. Department of Education, and Epicurious have teamed up for the 3rd annual Healthy Lunchtime Challenge recipe contest. The winners will win a trip to Washington, D.C., and may have the opportunity to represent their state at the Kids' State Dinner. Hosted by Mrs. Obama at the White House, it is too late to enter this year's contest, but who would like to go to meet Mrs. Michelle Obama next year? Regardless if we win or not, you'll always want to make a recipe that has 4 criteria to be healthy. The recipe should be healthy, meaning veggies and fruits should make up at least half of the recipe, and also include low-fat dairy, whole greens, and lean protein. Number 2, they should be delicious, fresh, simple, and yummy. The 3rd one, it means it should be original. The dish should be something that you've created and not one from a published source. Affordable, meaning no fancy ingredients, just nice and simple. Meaningful, we want to learn the story of how you came to make the dish. So why don't we see what the kids have made for us today? Our chefs today are participants in Teen Battle Chef, a partnership with Health Corps and Family Cook Productions Youth Development Program. Health Corps was founded in 2003 by heart surgeon and daytime Emmy Award-winning host Dr. Oz and his wife Lisa to combat the childhood obesity crisis. Hi Samantha, so nice to have you on the show today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the dish that you made and what you got going on here?
Well, today I'm making a wild rice fruit salad with cranberries, scallions, grapes, clementines, and a secret sauce that has clementine juice, lime juice, and a little bit of vinegar.
It looks really delicious. So can you tell us a little bit about first maybe why you chose the recipe, and then maybe tell us a little bit about how you make the recipe and how you can maybe switch it up throughout the year?
Well, one day we were just walking through the farmer's market and we were thinking of something healthy to eat with rice. So I looked at the vegetables, the pomegranate seeds, and then I thought we should put vegetables with our wild rice. So then we got all the ingredients and we brought it home and then we made it. And then when we tried it, it was really good.
It was really good. Looks really good. Now, when did you first make this recipe? Was it recently, or has it been something in your family for a while?
Well, it was like a few months ago, so we thought of this.
Great. So why don't you maybe show us how to mix everything together, and we'll see how it looks at the end, because it looks gorgeous right now.
So I usually put the pomegranate seeds in first.
Okay.
Then the scallions. And the grapes. And then the clementines. And then you just drizzle on some of the secret sauce.
And tell us what's in that again?
It's clementine juice, lime juice, and some vinegar.
Oh, and you said a little honey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives it a nice little bit of sweetness. Did you come up with that recipe too for the dressing? The secret sauce?
We just thought it needed something else.
Yeah. Now, how would you maybe switch up the recipe, say, in the summertime? Are there different fruits or veggies that you might add to the rice to make
like
it?
strawberries, cucumber, and like a lot of other stuff like watermelon.
Yeah, because it's nice and cooling. Well, that's really lovely and delicious, and we're all dying to try some of that. So, and actually, Samantha's came all the way from Philly, Pennsylvania to join us today. And this was a recipe she created for the recipe contest. So we're hoping to get you in there and maybe see her as a winner someday. But it's very beautiful, and what I love about it, it's super colorful. She uses lots of fresh fruits and veggies mixed in with, you know, the whole grains and fruits and veggies. So thank you so much for coming on the show and showing us your gorgeous fruit and wild rice salad. So now that you've seen Samantha's fruit and wild rice salad, let's take a look at some of the ingredients and how to make it. The salad ingredients include a box of Uncle Ben's wild rice, a cup of clementines, half a cup of dried cranberries, 1/3 of a cup of chopped scallions, and half a cup of pomegranate seeds or any other berry. Cook the rice according to the package directions. Allow it to cool. You're going to put the rice in a bowl and then add all your fruit, cranberries, scallions, seeds, everything good that you want to go in there, and toss to combine. She also has a secret sauce, which is a honey Clementine dressing made with a couple tablespoons of vinegar, a couple of tablespoons of honey, some olive oil, fresh lime juice, a couple tablespoons of fresh squeezed clementine juice with a little salt and pepper to taste. You're going to just throw that all in a mason jar, shake it together, pour it over the salad, and add as much or as little as you like. Toss it to go, and you can serve the salad warm or at room temperature. Hi, Huguette. How are you today?
Fine.
Good. We're so glad to have you on the show. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you made for us today?
I made guacamole with avocado, fresh lime juice, garlic, tomato, onion, cilantro, and jalapenos. And all you do is just dice all of the ingredients, and then it's just put it in a plate, and then just mix it. And if you want, you could add more lime juice to make it taste better, and for the avocado won't change color.
Oh, that's right. It keeps it nice and fresh. I love guacamole. So how did you choose the recipe? Have you been cooking for a long time? Is this something you just came up with recently?
Yeah, in my school, we in a club called Team Battle Chef, and every Wednesday, our teacher comes up with a healthy recipe that we can make, and one of those is the guacamole.
Oh, okay. Do you eat a lot of Mexican food normally, or is this kind of new for you?
No, I used to sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, it looks really delicious. So let's talk about how to make some fresh, gorgeous guacamole. You're going to start with 3 super ripe avocados. Make sure they're not mushy, but definitely soft to the touch and a little bit brown on the outside. 4 cloves of garlic. You're going to want to mince those up. 1 red onion, 2 plum tomatoes, 1/3 of a cup of cilantro, 3 or 4 limes, and then some kosher or sea salt, and if you'd like, a little pinch of ground cumin to give it a little extra flavor. What you're going to do is you're going to cut the avocados in half, peel them, remove the pits with a knife. You can just sort of whack it and get the pit out. Slice the avocados into thin strips and place into a mixing bowl. Then you're going to smash each clove of garlic with the flat side of a knife to loosen the skin. Remove the skin, chop the garlic, add it to the bowl with the avocado. Then you're going to chop your onions finely, slice your tomatoes and dice them, add both of those to the bowl. Take the cilantro leaves from the stems, chop them up really super fine, add those to the bowl. Squeeze in your lime juice, mash everything together with a fork, add a little salt and cumin to taste, and there you go. You have some fresh guacamole to serve with your quesadillas. Delicious. And it looks like we have some quesadillas to go with it, made by Ziomara over here, who's also part of the Health Corps. Were you guys on the same team?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a dish you guys kind of made together to prepare together as one presentation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you made the quesadillas? They look really delicious.
Okay, so for the quesadillas, well, we put jack cheese, we put frozen spinach, but we let it thaw, and then we have goat cheese, and we have pesto with basil and wheat tortillas, and well, like basically we put the tortillas on a skillet, then we spread pesto on it, and then we added spinach, shredded cheese, and then goat cheese, and then we let it cook.
Oh, so it gets nice and brown, and then you serve it with the guacamole.
Yeah, you can put it on top or on the sides.
Very nice. It's an interesting combination. It's got, sort of the nice tangy goat cheese with the healthy spinach and the pesto. Obviously, you probably got this at a nice gourmet market. Could people make their own pesto as well? Like, what
Yeah.
are the ingredients in that?
Um,
I think it's Parmesan cheese, right?
Yeah.
Fresh basil and olive oil and maybe a little bit of nuts, I believe, and then you whip it
Yeah.
all together. Looks really delicious, though. And so is this challenge something that you guys do once a month? Is it every week, or is it an ongoing?
Every Wednesday
Oh, so it's every Wednesday during school or after school?
after school.
After school, okay. And now, what about the teams? Do you switch out and have different recipe challenges that you have to make around certain themes, or do you just have to come up with a new recipe?
No,
that you choose?
I'll teach you.
So let's take a look at what's in the spinach and pesto quesadillas. You're going to want to start with 10 8-inch flour tortillas. You could also use whole wheat or some lower carb versions if you'd like to make it a little healthier. About 10 ounces of Monterey Jack cheese, 15 ounces of frozen chopped spinach, thawed, a jar of pesto sauce, and 10 ounces of goat cheese. To prepare them, you're going to place 5 of the tortillas on a table or a cutting board. Grate your Monterey Jack cheese into a bowl. Squeeze all the excess liquid out from the frozen spinach. Then, using a table knife, you're going to spread a layer of pesto over each tortilla and top that with some spinach over the pesto on each tortilla as well. Divide the jack cheese into 5 equal portions and the goat cheese as well with a table knife. You're going to sprinkle a little portion of the grated jack cheese over each tortilla, then follow it by a portion of the goat cheese, crumbling it with your fingers to distribute the cheese evenly. Place another flour tortilla over each quesadilla, press it down pretty firmly, and then you're going to place a large skillet over medium-high heat. Cook the quesadilla in the dry skillet for about 2 minutes until it gets a little bit of brown on the bottom. Then you're going to carefully flip it over with a spatula so the second side can brown. And if it starts to burn a little, that's okay. Lower the heat. You don't want to get it too brown. Well, we also have over here Mr. German. Hello, how are you today? Who's also part of the team. And he has a beautiful, gorgeous, fruity, yogurty thing over here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you made for us today?
Okay, well today I'm actually making a seasonal yogurt parfait.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this right here is a really simple 15 minutes recipe that you can make for your kids, little kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's really healthy and it's energetic. So, well, it's since it's seasonal, you could use any fruits of your choice,
Okay.
just to make it colorful and beautiful,
Yeah.
to understand.
And what do you got for us? You've got
Well,
some.
it's fruits, of course, different colored fruits, yogurt, non-fat yogurt, mostly Greek, which is really good, and we got granola, for fiber in the wheat.
Can you show us how to make one?
Oh, sure. Well, first you lay fruits at the bottom if you want, but you could do any too much. Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So you can put any fruit, berries,
Any fruit, according to your choice.
pineapples.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna put a grape, and you're gonna lay a little yogurt. Spread it around.
I love Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
It's full of
And-
protein, really healthy.
Yeah, truly. You're gonna lay some granola, and you keep doing it until you reach the top
Mm-hmm.
all the time, until you're satisfied with the height or the beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Make a nice little brunch, or even
Yeah.
a healthy alternative to dessert instead of cakes and cookie. Getting a little bit of your sweet tooth fix, but with some healthy fruit and healthy granola. So, how long have you been cooking for?
I was still, well, I started cooking 8 around my mom. My mom is a cook,
Mhm.
plus my dad. My whole family's a cook mostly,
Oh,
so
okay.
it inspired me to cook, and I'm still doing it up to today.
And where are you from originally? Are you from
Well,
here?
I'm from Georgetown, Guyana.
Oh,
that is
okay.
in this South America.
Yeah.
Yeah, and recently came over here, and I just continue. Do what I
Yeah,
like.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. What kind of dishes do your family make? Your mom and dad and you together?
They mostly make Caribbean dishes like
Oh, okay.
fish, chicken, pastry, and a lot of healthy dishes.
Is a lot of the food a little bit spicy? Do you have certain spices you use?
We do, but for our like my mom's the recipe, like we don't really use a lot of spiciness. Just mild, sweet, right between.
Like a little bit of sometimes cinnamon
Yeah.
and fruits and things like that mixed in with your
Yeah,
chicken.
that's much as it. Well,
Wonderful.
yeah, and there you have it.
Well, we love it so much. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Everything looks delicious.
Of course.
So let's talk about the seasonal fruit parfaits. How pretty and healthy are these? These are really nice for a brunch or just a super easy quick breakfast. It's healthy and gorgeous. You're going to start with 4 cups of fresh seasonal fruit. For spring, you might want to use some strawberries or some rhubarb. For summer, all kinds of berries are great. Stone fruit like cherries, raspberries, but you can really use anything you'd like here. You're going to take your fresh fruit. Couple of pints of plain whole fat like Greek yogurt is delicious, super creamy and healthy. 4 cups of granola, and then 1/3 of a cup of honey or maple syrup to give it a little sweetness. You're going to want to wash and prepare your fruit. Spoon 1/8 of a cup of the fruit into the bottom of a cup. Then you're going to put a little bit of yogurt on top of that, about 1/4 of a cup. Then you're going to spoon some granola or some chopped nuts, if you like, into the yogurt on top of that. Program and 10 tips on how to make healthier food choices for a healthy lifestyle based on the Choose My Plate program. Does anyone here know Michelle Obama and the whole Choose My Plate program and any of the rules in terms of choosing healthy food?
Yeah, actually, well, for one rule, I know that majority of a plate should consist more fruits and vegetables,
Absolutely.
and a small amount of protein and fiber,
Yep.
yeah, carbohydrates.
So having a balanced,
Yeah, balanced.
definitely a balanced plate, which would be part of also balancing out your calories
Yeah.
with proteins, healthy fruits and veg. Another one would be enjoying your food but eating less. You know, choosing smaller plates to eat on and eating smaller portions, and taking your time to actually eat slower and enjoy the food. You know, just like we were talking about, foods to eat more often would be obviously fruits and vegetables, because they're super low in calories, super full of vitamins and minerals and all those good things, and they hydrate your body, keep you full from the fiber. And then, you know, obviously, like you were saying, try and make your plate half fruit and veg, a little bit of protein, a little bit of whole grains to get that fiber in for a nice balanced meal. And what are some foods that you guys think we should eat less of offhand?
Greasy food.
Yeah, fried foods. What else?
Mostly fatty food. Chicken, a lot of chicken.
Like
not
maybe
really
the
good.
skin on the chicken,
Yeah,
eat
a
some
lot.
boneless white chicken,
Right.
right, instead. What do you think, Samantha?
Like popcorn and junk food.
Junk food, definitely.
Definitely
Processed
junk
foods have a lot of sodium is another one. So you want to stay away from the sodium, and of course sugar. We want to stay away from sugary drinks, sugary candies, chocolates. I mean, once in a while it's okay to have a little bit, but it is easy. It's easy to make a healthy meal at home, but it isn't so easy to get a healthy meal in a restaurant. The National Restaurant Association launched the Kids Live Well program in collaboration with Healthy Dining to help parents and children select healthy menu options when dining out. Restaurants that participate in the voluntary program commit to offering healthy meal items for children, with a particular focus on increasing consumption of fruits and vegetables, lean protein, whole grains, and low-fat dairy, limiting unhealthy fats, sugars, and sodium. On today's Cooking with Color for Kids, I'm going to show you a fun and easy, healthy recipe that you can make for your mom on Mother's Day or for brunch or for Father's Day. I'm making colorful baked egg baskets made with shredded veggies and potatoes, topped with a fresh egg and fresh herbs. So let me show you how we make these. Here's the finished dish, but basically we start out, it's super easy. You get a non-stick or a stick baking pan. You're gonna spray a little bit with some oil here. Just gonna make a couple. And this is super great because you can just make these for the week and then eat them anytime during the week, even if it's not for brunch that day. What we do is we start out, I actually got some shredded hash browns that are already made in the, not in the freezer section, but probably like the prepared food section in the fridge. You can shred your own potatoes if you'd like, but I find with kids it's a little easier just to let them do the fun playing part. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take about 1/4 cup of the hash browns. And you can even throw a little bit of, you know, herbs or cheese or something in here with that, with the potatoes if you'd like. But I like to just kind of start first off with the potatoes, and you just sort of push them in and make a little shell into the muffin cups here. So I'm just going to do a couple of those, and then I'm going to show you how to make them really pretty and colorful. So we'll get sort of a rainbow of colors, and what's great is that the shredded colored veggies make them super, super healthy because your kids won't even really know that they're eating beets and carrots and zucchini and good things because they taste so good. So we'll get another one of these, just pop it right in, just sort of make like a little nest. And then what you do right here, you can see I've got some shredded zucchini. I would do probably like 2 tablespoons of zucchini to 1/4 cup of the shredded potatoes. So you can just sort of mix it all together. So I'm just going to throw some of this in there. Just kind of mix it around with your hands. So these are going to be pretty and green, which are lovely. You could also use yellow squash. You could use carrots, like I said. Red peppers would be kind of cool. You could do a whole rainbow. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another 1/4 cup. I'm going to pop these guys right in there. Make a couple more baskets. And then the last one I have is some beets, which are really, really pretty. They're nice and pink. So yeah, so just sort of push them in. And then we'll throw a few potatoes in with the beets. And what I recommend too with beets is you might want to wear some gloves because your hands will be pink. I shredded these before I came, so we'll just say a little bit of pink. But anyway, you're going to mix it up. You can throw a little salt and pepper in here if you want. Like I said, some herbs. Anyway, just get a 1/4 cup. I won't make the whole pan, but I'll show you just so you can see. Cute little baskets. And what you do is you bake them in the oven for like 30 minutes, and they get nice and crispy, kind of like little crispy hash browns, for about 30 minutes on 400. And then once they're nice and crunchy, you take them out, and you're going to grab some eggs. Super easy. You just crack them right in to the center. And then you pop them back in the oven for about 15 minutes, or you know, maybe a little less depending on how you like your eggs done, if they're a little more runny or a little more baked. And then when you take them out, just let them cool for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Put them on a wire cooling rack so you can let them cool a little bit and kind of solidify and get crunchy. And then you just pop them out. You can put them on a plate, and you'll have like nice pretty colors. There's pink ones, green ones, red ones. Serve it with some fresh fruit, some orange juice, maybe a little turkey bacon, and you have a super, super healthy, easy, fun breakfast that you and the kids can make together, which is colorful and it's healthy. And yeah, oh, and I forgot, you actually can chop up some fresh chives, put those on top, little fresh parsley, put those on top, maybe a little too much there. And anyway, they're super, super healthy. So let's go over the ingredients for the colorful egg baskets and how to make them. For each potato egg basket, you want to start with 1/4 cup of refrigerated shredded hash browns. I like to use Simply potatoes. They're not super expensive. They're already cut. You just let them defrost. To make the variations for the carrot, you're going to add a couple tablespoons of shredded carrot to the hash browns. For the zucchini, herb, and potato, you're going to add a little bit of shredded zucchini. Make sure that they're patted dry so it's not wet with the paper towels. And then add a little bit of some fresh flat leaf parsley and chives. And for the beets, you're going to want to add the 2 tablespoons of shredded beets to 2 tablespoons of hash browns. Basically, you're going to mix these all together in separate bowls. You're going to want to spray your muffin pan down with some cooking spray. Put 1/4 cup of the mixture into each cup. Press the mixture into the bottom and up to the sides, pushing just above the rim. And then you're going to bake those for 400 for 30 minutes. After those are done, they're going to be a little bit brown and crispy. You're going to take them out, crack an egg into each of the baskets, and then you're going to bake again at 400 for another 12 to 15 minutes until the eggs are set. And once they're done, let them cool for a few minutes. Sprinkle each basket with some kosher salt. And I would top it with a little extra chives and parsley, and you're good to go. You have a healthy breakfast. Lots of fun, healthy, good stuff for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed the show. And join us again for some more healthy, colorful recipes on cooking with color for kids. And thanks for joining us.